Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Albert. Today we'll discuss about static parameters. In this section we will try to use static parameters and visualize our graphs and filter our database using these parameters. And to begin, we'll just start building a new measure. So my main sheet is here, so I will just create a measure. I am trying to have a measure like multiplying the price per unit and with the ordered quantity, and so get the sales value. So I will just name this sales over time. And I will use some x function. If you don't know this function, please check out my one of my videos on my YouTube channel. So first I will specify the name of the table, in our case my sheet. Then I will say I need an expression where I want to multiply unit per price with the ordered quantity ordered, and for now I will let it like that. So basically I will see the sales in money, in euro, let's say, and let's just build a graph now. I'm going to choose by amount on x-axis, and then I want to add my new measure, which is here, sales over time. And here is the graph. I will just add some labels, and maybe we can add a target line, and we will say 200K, just to have a line like a graph, target. Okay, I will send this behind. Good. Now what I want to do is to simulate my cells. If I increase them with 10% or 5% or 20%, I want to see how the data is changing in this graph dynamically. So to do that, we have in modeling this option, new parameters. We have two options: numeric range, which is for static parameters, and files, which is for files parameters. We will use numeric range. We can just give a name, or we can let it like that, parameter. We can choose decimal number, and in the minimum side we need to add a number. I will say 1, maximum would be 2, and I will choose an increment of 0.05 because I want to simulate the data from 5% minimum increase. Once we do that, we need to check this box, add slicer to this page, and once we hit create, it will generate a small window with this slider. And once we move this, you can see here that we can change the number from 0.05 and so on until 1.95. Once we did this, we also have created a parameter in the data side, and it has the first parameter with a generated series list from where we have between brackets the minimum value 1, maximum value 2, and also the increment. So if I change now here, we can change also the boundaries. I can say 2.05. Once I do that, I will be able to adjust the number until 2. So now I can go from 1 to number 2, which is perfect. Now, in order to connect our parameter with the graph data, we can just simply go in our sheet, in our measure with the cells that we just created and just multiply with this parameter. So once we create this window, we have also one parameter created. We have the generated series list, and we have also the parameter value measure, which actually selects the value from parameter from here, actually from here. So this is the number which will be selected now in the parameter value. So what we can do now, we can just also check the measure we just created, cells over time. And if now we multiply with our parameter value, which will be actually the selected value. So I'll say parameter value, right? Now, if I hit enter and I slide this number, we can see that the whole data from this graph is already influenced, right? It's increased with the number with, for example, here I'm going with 10% more. I add, so I have in the first month, January, 0.25 million. If I increase with another 10%, I should have 2.75 or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see here. So in order to see the percentage also, we can also build a new measure. So we will say, let's say selected value. Which will be actually our parameter value -1, so that we get a percentage. So once I do that, I will change the format to percentage with 0 decimals, right? And now, if I just build a new card and I add my new measure in, which is here, not here, this one. You can see that if I change here to 1.40, I also change here to 40%, up to 55%, and also the data from the graph is changed. So meaning that everything now is actually connected. So I think this is something pretty cool because you can simulate all the cells by adding percentages in the graph. So you can see how data is changed. So you can use this also in case of capacity for equipment or whatever data you have, and you want to see the dynamic change of the whole data. You can use static parameters. So all you need to do is to connect this parameter, to add it in a formula in the graph, and also to connect it to a measure like this one, very simple. you just add the parameter and you just subtract one, just because you want to see it in percentage when you do the slight change of data. Okay, another thing that we can do, if we go in transform data, we can also filter data with static parameters. So for example, if we go now in our sheet and we have somewhere manage parameters. If we choose here new parameter and we call this cells over, let's say 1000, just for exercise. We can choose any date, whatever you want, time, decimal number. And I can choose any. And here also I can choose a list of values if I want to add multiple values in our parameters. For example, I can write 1000, then I can write 2000, maybe 3000. Once I do that in default value, I will just see all these numbers that are in the list. So I can choose 1K, and for current value, I can choose, I don't know, 2000, 2K. And once I hit OK, I have a new parameter created with the current value 2000. And if I want to now to filter my database, I can go in, for example, in cells. If I want to see only the cells over 1000, I can go here in the number filters, and let's say I want to see greater than or equal to 1000. So here in this option you can choose you have the parameter option. If you click on it, because we have only one parameter, we'll have our parameter. And if I click OK, now we can see that the data was sorted with a minimum value of 2000 of 2K 2000. If I want to change it, I can change it now very easily. I can say 1K, and if I go back, let's see if it was changed in cells. Yeah, it was changed. So this is how you can filter data. If you want to just delete it, you can just click clear filter. Then you have the whole database. You can also delete the parameter very easily and create a new one. So this is what we can do with static parameters. And I think in some cases it will be very useful when we create some dashboards and we want to show some simulation on our dashboards with the data. Hi everyone, welcome back. We have file parameters. I will show you what we can do with this option. So basically we have two graphs, and as you can see, we have some buttons here. If we press on this button, you can see that on the graph we change all the visualization. So everything is behaving like some filters on those graphs. And to achieve this is very simple. I will show you how we can do this. So first of all, I will just delete these buttons. So I have a simple graph here, clustered column. I have the parameter here. I'll just take it out. Sum of cells. The second one, same thing. So I will just delete the initial parameters which I built. And we will do from the scratch everything. Okay, good. So So now, as we did in the previous session with static parameters, we go in modeling, a new parameter, we have fields option. And here we can choose whatever we want. We can give a name to our parameter. And for example, we are in the sheet orders, and we can choose whatever we want here to filter by. So based on sales, we want to see cities. Let's say what else? Product category, product name, region, and state. No, and I think or customer name. So we have enough. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. So once we create, we click create. We add a slicer to our page. So it looks like this. We have we can change the way we visualize these categories by going in slicer settings, choose style, and now they look like some buttons. So we can adjust the size as we want. And now in order to connect it to our graph, we just need to go here. We see the parameter, the new parameter created. So we have the order from 0 to 4. We have the names of the categories. So in order to connect it, we just need to go on the graph. On the x-axis, we need to add our parameter, new parameter, and now everything is connected. If we click on city, we will see cities, sales by cities. We can a little bit enlarge this product. We can see the product categories, sales by product name, regions, and by customers. So actually it's very easily, and also it's quite cool. And we can do same thing in case of other categories. If we want, like we want to see sales by some period of times, we can do that also. Doing same thing, we go in modeling, new parameter files, and now this time I'm going in date, where I can choose month, name, quarter, year, and so on. And let's say create. And same, we can just transform this in a tile so that it looks like a button. And now we just need to add the second parameter in our graph on x-axis. So we'll just drop and drag here. And now we can see by month, by quarter. We can sort quarters in an ascending way, like that. We can also visualize by year. So we have cells, we can see cells very easy like that without building a lot of graphs. And also it looks pretty well. Of course, with some small adjustments, we can build a professional dashboard. So this is all about filed parameters and also about static parameters. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.